Good morning. I'm your host, Nicole Hickle. Stephanie Roberts is here with us. She's one of our kitchen and healthy living experts, been with HSN for more than 10 years, and boy, do we have an incredible weekly deal drop for you. So this whole hour, we've been talking all things ReadyWise, and this is a huge company. Even if you went to their website, you wouldn't be able to snag this deal. So it's not often when we're able to pass on these savings. So the moment is happening right now where you can pick up the 148 serving emergency meal preparedness kit. What's included in that? And you're seeing your big kit that's available. 60 servings of breakfast in your entrees, 16 servings of fruits and vegetables, 16 servings of dessert, and then 56 milk and drink servings that are in there. So I'm talking anywhere from pasta Alfredo to orange juice to creamy yogurt to creamy pasta and vegetables, chicken flavored noodle soup, vanilla pudding, Southwest rice and beans. All you need is water. That is it. That's why it's your emergency preparedness. 148 servings with our value at $99 and some change. That's 66 cents a serving. So talk about more bang for your buck,
Absolutely.
Right? Phenomenal savings on this. Auto ship is available, so if you want to secure this price and always get it under $100, you'll get it out to you every 60 days. And you can cancel at any time. You might actually use your first kit and do your meals, like everyday meals with this, your lunch, your breakfast, and your dinner. Then once you get that auto ship, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna reserve one for the emergency. 077-614 is the item number. First time that I'm trying it, and let me tell you, from the freeze-dried strawberries and bananas that we had earlier, I was munching on these bananas just in the middle, so I'm excited to see. Look at, have y'all seen what's in front of this? You would never know. It is just from the package and water. Oh my goodness.
And oh, by the way, the one thing you've got to remember, because it's so important for the emergency part of this, you don't have to heat the water.
Right.
We've got burners out here because, let's be real, we all prefer our food to be warm and cozy and comforting. But in a true emergency, as long as my water's safe, hence why we like that water bottle so much, I can take it from the tap, room temperature, ice, stone cold if we are up north in the winter and simply trying to get sustenance to our family, and these will turn into beautiful meals. All right, I'm gonna show you exactly how it works, but let's get right to the main event for Nicole. I'm not gonna make you just stand here and be hungry. All right, so I'm giving you my very favorite first. Are you okay with a little kick, little spice?
Yes.
All right,
yes.
This is Southwestern rice and beans.
Okay.
And the reason I say, are you okay with a little spice? Because when it's called Southwestern, wouldn't you want it to have a little spice? You don't want bland food.
There's no way. There's no way that's from a package.
Oh, there's a way. I'm gonna do it right in front of you.
I'm gonna literally take another bite.
Yeah, so here's, this is where this has really become something I'm so proud to be a part of. ReadyWise is a Utah-based company. They've been around since 2009, and the first thing they do is they have chefs write some recipes. Because you know what? It's supposed to taste like Southwest cooking.
Absolutely.
It's supposed to have some spice. It's supposed to have a kick. So these are chef-written recipes.
Whole plate gone.
The second thing they do, they bring the scientists in and say, okay, if we're really truly gonna be into preparedness in an emergency, we gotta have it when we need it. It's gotta be safe, right? Can't just last for 3 months, 6 months. It's gonna last for 25 years. And the magic is this actual Mylar packaging.
Wow.
So this shuts out the humidity, this shuts out the oxygen, all things that make food go bad, but it seals in the flavor. So that's why Nicole's like, well, I'll keep eating that. It tastes like you just made it.
Yeah.
Because that's the magic of the packaging. So all science aside, what does it mean to you? All you're gonna do is add water. And again, you see my water is warm because I'm using a burner. That is just because it goes more quickly when the water is warm. But in a true emergency, I could take stone cold water and this food will reconstitute. Now, you look in that pot right now, it's exactly what we were seeing when we were talking about freeze-dried.
Yes.
There's the freeze-dried corn. You can see it. There's the freeze-dried peppers. Everything.
I mean, I can see the spices too.
It's all right there because just like I was saying, those strawberries, those bananas, they're real foods. They're just freeze-dried. That's what's in here. These aren't preservatives. These aren't fake flavors. These are real foods. A combination of dehydrated and freeze-dried so that they're shelf-stable for you whenever you want them. And then we have all the variety.
Well, and it's 66 cents a serving. I can't stress that part up. If you go, just go to ReadyWise's website right now. the savings that you're getting here is absolutely phenomenal. And day in and day out, people buy from ReadyWise's website, right? Because it's that emergency preparedness. It's that extended shelf life that you're getting with this. So you can pick this up, and that's why I say you can pick it up right now and do it. I would suggest auto ship, and we're in the final 700 of auto ship, because you get it on auto ship. Use your first kit that we ship out to you for free, by the way, for $33 and some change. Use that kit for the size that you want to make, or maybe it's a quick lunch, it's a quick dinner, it's a quick breakfast that you're getting. If you fall in love with it, you keep that auto ship, and now you're going to get the next one. You're like, you know what? I'll put one on the side so I have it ready for me. You can cancel at any time, but you can't go back in time and then snag it at $99.99, where it's now 66 cents a serving, and you get 148. So that's 60 servings worth of breakfast, your entrees, 16 servings of even dessert that's included, 16 servings of your fruits and your vegetables, and 56 servings of your milk and drink servings. So 148, and you're just paying 66 cents a serving. That is 6 dimes and 6 pennies that you are paying for a serving, and you get the longevity out of this, not having to worry. You just add water and you're ready to go. 077-614 is the item number. We're gonna have Stephanie keep cooking, which really just adding water.
Absolutely, it's not really cooking. As much as I like to claim I made you a beautiful meal, all I did was add water. I want to shout out a couple of things. I was playing with my food, I admit, while you were talking. I divided this into quadrants, into fourths, because that's a serving. So one pouch makes a lot of food. So when we're saying you're getting 66 servings,
that's a lot of rice, too.
I was going to say, that's a pretty hearty serving.
That's
and
a big
I've got
serving.
protein with my beans in there and lots of starch with my corn. So I don't want you to think you're just getting a thimble when we say it's, 66 cents a serving.
Yeah.
You're getting a serving.
And
so
it was so
we are not skimping on the size here at all. Nicole shouted out, if you go to ReadyWise's website, people do day in, day out, hundreds, thousands a day.
Yeah.
This is 148 servings for $99.99 on our website, and we are proud to shout this out.
Right.
120 servings, so a little bit of a smaller bucket.
Yep.
$329 every day of the week. So I'm sure you're like, okay, what's the catch? Well, there is no catch. ReadyWise wants us to celebrate Preparedness Month with you. And I am quite honestly, it warms my heart to do this every year because we want you to be prepared.
Absolutely.
We don't want you to be in a situation, whether it's a winter storm or a flood or a long-term power outage, where you don't have what you need to feed your family. So, I mean, part of it is, it tastes great and it's easy to make, and this will be shelf stable for 25 years. We're proud of that day in and day out, and have been since 2009. But the part that really matters, to me as the mom, to me as the daughter of parents who I'm responsible for, we gotta have food. You gotta have food when you need it.
Absolutely.
So we're trying to take the cost factor out of it for you and give you great tasting food. 66 cents a serving. Last time I checked, I can't drive through and buy a bad burger for 66 cents a serving.
Absolutely cannot as well. And the water, we have it boiling hot, because remember, it's not just your emergency. It could be like, you know what, I'm really trying to tighten up the budget right now, and I want my dollar to go a long way for my meals, and I want to make sure that they're tasty and delicious. This is a great way to do so. And then if you get that auto ship, again, you can cancel auto ship at any time. That actually is the most popular and the most limited, with the final less than 700. But then you get another one in your auto ship, and then you stow it away, and then make so it goes both ways. It's that emergency preparedness, but it's also really stretching that dollar, getting fabulous meals for you and your family. And I'm actually taking back. You can go a little heavy on that, sir.
Go a bit more on that one.
If it's just as good.
She's hungry.
I'm hungry. I actually did not eat breakfast. I had 1 cup of coffee, and that's it.
Well, I love that you said you've never tried this before.
I've never.
And I think that's important to point out.
I've always been skeptical. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm a foodie. I'm not gonna lie. Okay.
Well, and here's the deal. What did you think? Like, you figured it might be like powdery or funky. Is that what you were worried about?
You know what? I thought it had no flavor, to be honest. I thought it'd just be mush.
Bring it on. We can take it.
But it was. I liked it. It doesn't look like mush. It literally looks like.
Yeah, it's a good texture. So this one is chicken.
What is this?
I'm sorry, that one's creamy pasta and vegetables. And it does have a chicken base.
What? Okay, look at your screen right now. You don't have to look at me.
Creamy pasta and vegetables.
What I like is that, see, it's not mush. It looks like, I can see the spirals of the noodles.
And you can see the vegetables. Like, we don't just say there's vegetables in there. You can see them. There's peppers and carrots. And so that's one of my favorites, especially now. Put yourself in that emergency mindset, right? You're a mom. You get it. You probably are going to have a whining child because things aren't as they are. Would normally be. The TV isn't working. The devices aren't charging. No one's real cheerful. wonderful, right? And then you're able to put that out and be like, yeah, but this is fun. I actually like to make it a game for families who are like, watch, it's gonna be magic. We're gonna add water and then we're gonna watch, and suddenly dinner arrives and you're like, I don't wanna eat that. No, eat that, try it.
I cannot believe how good this is.
And it tastes amazing. It's a really cool science if you think about it. And granted, I am not enough of a chemist to understand how it works. But to capture the flavors, the textures, it is a really cool science. So the first part is capturing the flavors and the textures of the chef recipes. Because listen, chefs take it seriously. They want their food to taste perfect. And then the science of preserving it. And the preservation is where the preparedness comes in. Because once you buy this, you could never think about it again for 25 years.
That's what I'm saying. It could be 2 years from now, and you're just like, everyone's getting prepared for the storm, and you're like me, you don't have your ReadyWise, and you're in the store, and you see shelves are already starting to clear because the storm is coming. And it could be 2 years, you're like, wait a minute, I don't have to go to the store. I got my ReadyWise. Oh, we can finally use it, right? It's kind of like when you get the EcoFlow, right? A lot of you have if you have the EcoFlow, you should have your ReadyWise right next to it, right? Because you're always ready, and you can plug in a microwave into your EcoFlow and then put water. I mean, so you could have a meal ready to go when the power goes out. It doesn't matter if it's out for an hour or it could be a day that you lose power, and every storm is different, right? I've been through storms where we've been out without power for a couple of days, and I've been through storms where I've never lost power. It's just a matter of when it's gonna happen, not if, when it's gonna happen. You're gonna be prepared. So I wanna show you everything you're getting. It's 148 servings, and then I'll let you toss in another, because it's literally just toss the bag into some water, add water to the bag. Quite frankly, because you can add water to it, you can just pour it into the bag.
Absolutely.
You can just eat out of the bag.
This can be whatever level of emergency food you need it to be. I mean, I love your point that on a Tuesday night, if mom is sick or tired or you're low on cash, then you can use this for dinner, but it can go as extreme as if you need to just pour cold water into this pouch, because that's the situation you're in. We can make that work too. There are so many different uses for this and so many different options. I love that you're not sacrificing flavor and quality, because let's be real, nobody wants to eat something that doesn't taste good. It doesn't matter if you're in an emergency.
Yeah, you don't want to have to like be forcing yourself just because you have to do it.
Exactly. So we took that off the table. The taste is there.
It's there. Okay, so I want to show you, and we showed you the 7-day. We do have a 60 serving 7-day available from ReadyWise that we'll have about a minute to mention at the end of this, but I want to show you what the offer is that's happening right now for our weekly deal drop from ReadyWise. And it's not often that we have this company here. It's whenever it's that time to start getting our homes prepared when an emergency comes upon us. Could happen to you next month, could happen to you in 3 years, but something is always gonna happen in life, right? So we gotta be prepared for it. It's 148 servings. That comes up to be 60 servings of your breakfast and entrees, 16 servings of fruits and vegetables, 16 servings of dessert, even included, like a vanilla pudding, and then you get 56 servings of your milk and drink. So it could be orange juice that you're getting with this. You get pasta Alfredo, you get vanilla pudding with this. You get Southwest rice and beans that I tried. You get the creamy yoga, the creamy pasta and vegetables that I just ate for you. And it is 66 cents, 6 times and 6 pennies, a serving that you are getting with this phenomenal deal. So there's your drinks right there. If you want to get this on auto ship, which is the most popular, also my most limited, we ship it out to you every 60 days. You'll always get it at the $99.99. We ship it out to you for free. You can cancel at any time, but the moment is happening right now where you can secure that savings. Maybe you get your first batch, you eat it, and then the second batch you put to the side, and then you can cancel after that if you want, or you like it so much, you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna have this on standby just to eat for that Friday night where it's the end of the work week and I'm so tired, and boom, this is ready, just boiling hot water, and then I have a meal for my family. Dive into this opportunity. You always have 30 days to love it or send it back. I can almost say probably 99% sure you probably cannot do that on ReadyWise's website.
No, I'm sure you can.
You can. So here at HSN, you can try it out, and if you don't love it after 30 days, then you get your money back, and you can try it for $33.33 with that FlexPay. 077-614 is the item number. I'll let you pour some more. I mean, it is the most simple thing.
Yes, it's incredibly simple. As you mentioned, all we're doing is adding water. It does not have to be hot water. But I do actually want to talk a little bit more about how far this would stretch you in an emergency. If you're wondering why now, this is actually Preparedness Month. It's kind of that midpoint in the year, right? Many of you are getting ready for winter weather season. I grew up in Chicago. Huge childhood memories of blizzards and keeping granola bars in the car because my dad would be like, what if we slid off into a snowbank and had to be in the car for days?
Oh
It's like, gosh, these things really do happen. This is way better than a granola bar if you're going to be stranded somewhere for a few days. So whether you're in an area that's preparing for the winter storms, whether you're in an area that deals with flooding, which seems to be most all of us this summer anyway, there's obviously the threat of tropical storms still down in the southern and eastern parts of the country. And then there's that fire danger. This is a grab and go bucket. So if you need to evacuate, take it with you because then you have food. I have 4 boys. If I start coming to somebody's house and I don't bring some food, they're not happy. Nobody wants to feed my family, right?
We didn't buy enough for your family.
Exactly. You can't stop here. So you can take this where you need it for what you need it. I love the portability.
Yeah, I love the handle.
That said, when you stuff 148 servings in here, this baby's heavy, so thank you for free shipping, right?
Yeah.
By the way, the bucket, waterproof, bug-proof, so that if you need to store it, just keep it at a cool, dry place. It will be there whenever you need it. I also like the fact that, I know, Nicole, you've talked a lot about the different types of foods that are in here.
I love the variety.
This is meant to be all-encompassing. There are vegetarian foods. There are gluten-free foods. So whatever your family's needs are, we have tried to cover that. There's foods that the kids won't complain about. Pasta Alfredo, it's not bland, but it's kind of basic, right? Doesn't have a lot of kick to it. If you need a little kick, that's where the Southwest rice and beans come in. So we've got a little bit of everything. In fact, I think we've got a great shot. We're going to be able to just kind of take a tour here of some of the different foods that we've got here. And when we start over here, you're looking at the creamy pasta and vegetables. You saw the Southwest rice and beans. That's a pasta Alfredo
that looks
there.
so good.
Yeah, we're trying that one for you next. One of my favorites is the Stroganoff. It's just got that comfort feeling.
Stroganoff.
Of course, there's a little dessert because you know what? Mama's going to be cranky. I need something to make me happy. So there's the vanilla yogurt and also the vanilla pudding. So for breakfast, maple brown sugar, whole grain cereal, apple cinnamon oatmeal. So different things for different times of day, because what if the power's out for 3 days?
Yeah.
We need 3 meals a day. We don't want to eat the same peanut butter and crackers for days on end. Like, that is my memory of growing up in a power outage. I know. There were some crackers, there was some peanut butter, and my mom was doing a great job because there was something, you know, we were quote unquote prepared. But this isn't just about survival. This is about thriving, keeping a happy family, keeping comfort, making the best out of what is obviously not going to be an ideal situation. Because here's the thing, you're probably worried about your house. You're probably worried about other things. You're probably worried about lots of things if it's truly a disaster. Don't worry about food. Take that worry away.
It's that peace of mind. It really is that peace of mind to have this. And because the extended shelf life is extraordinary, will last you month after month, year after year, it could be you get this home and you're just trying to stretch that dollar. You're like, you know what? I like the sound of 66 cents per serving, right? You know, I really want to crunch down for the next couple of months and I want to stretch my dollar. So these are meals that you could prepare for yourself and your family, because it's not just oatmeal, right? A lot of us are you already probably pick up oatmeal out of the bag that's the same process as this, right? So now you're going beyond that. Now I'm getting lunch. Now I'm getting breakfast. Now I'm getting dinner with this. I'm getting desserts with this as well. I'm getting the drinks with this. You're getting everything that you need, 148 servings, and it's costing you $6.06 a serving, and we ship it to you for free. Oh, and by the way, you can split that payment into 3 months, interest-free, in a card you already love shopping with. Get it home for $33.33. Try it out for that price. If you don't love it after 30 days, you can send it back. I would get auto ship because you can cancel auto ship at any moment, right? But it always gets you this price. Then we'll send it out to you every 60 days, and that actually is the most limited option. A lot of you have picked that one up, final few hundred, and that you could get home your first batch. Try it out. Try it out for, you know what, hey, I'm really tired Friday night. Oh, let's just order. And it's like, you know what, I actually have, let me try the ReadyWise. Let me just, you want to do the stroganoff? Let's just try that. You like it. You're like, actually, this is really good. Then keep eating it, and then you're an auto ship, you can have one that you stow away for you. So auto ship gives you that leisure of trying it out, but then also stowing away a pack if you'd like to do so. 077-614 is the item number. You can also do single ship as well. I've just put out, I think auto ship is kind of the best way to really dive into it because you can cancel at any time, but single ship is available as well.
You lock in your food dollar with auto ship, and
right. If you lock it will always stay for a year too.
Yeah.
Our auto ship program is a year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
For
That's
a
great.
year, it's 66 cents a serving for a year.
And
I can't even secure my car insurance. That's got my home.
Please don't talk about that. Yeah.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Well, and when we first, quite honestly, brought this to HSN just nearly a decade ago, we didn't talk so much about securing the food prices and the cost of food. It really, truly was, we want you to be prepared in a survival mode.
Right.
And we still do, but just the way life has gone, you know, food prices, food insecurity, concerns about the world around us, it's changed. So this is really kind of a multi-purpose thing now, whereas please put some of it away in case of power outages, floods, storms, fires, the whole list of bad natural disasters that can happen. But it's okay if you're looking at this and thinking, 66 cents a serving, and she's eating it day in and day out and liking it, I'm in.
Why not?
You mentioned stroganoff?
Yeah.
I got stroganoff for you.
Yeah, I grew up with my grandparents, and they used to make stroganoff at least once a week.
And you know how long that took? Sour cream, stir in a sauce.
It was like, when's it ready?
Right. And now the scientists have made it so all you do is add water. Grandma be okay with that? Yeah? They
would. And you know what? It's savory stroganoff, and it really is savory. It is really, really good if you want to go ahead and grab that. I'm going to finish.
You go ahead and finish that now. It's all you. And so that's what I like about the different options. To use savory stroganoff, it's like, oh yeah, that's kind of like what Grandma made. And you know what? If the heat's out in your house, you'll be happy to have something feel like Grandma made it. You know, it's comfort. It's not just sustenance.
I can see the noodles.
Everything.
I can see the spices.
So I'm a big texture girl. If we don't have a right texture, I'm not eating it. Like slimy is not okay.
That's why I don't like oysters. Sorry to go on.
Okra. I don't do those either.
I'm a texture person.
Yeah. So when this first started, and that was my big thing is, boy, we better make sure that the texture is going to be okay, because I feel for a lot of people, like it's got to just be what you expect it to be, or you're not going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And a blind taste test, would you have known that all I did was add water to any of the three that you've just tried?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely. And I'm telling you, I'm a food critic, right? I mean, I would never have known that came out of a bag that's been packaged, and that bag could have been sitting there for 5 months for all I know, right?
5 years?
5 years.
15
for all I know,
years.
15 years it could have been sitting there, and I would have no idea. Okay, so here's what's happening. Our phones are busy. A lot of you are calling in. We do have great customer service representatives that are ready to take your phone call, but I will point out there is a little bit of a hold. So if you find yourself kind of waiting a little bit, if you have a cell phone, smartphone, if you just go to hsn.com, you just have to key in those 6 numbers, 077614. It take you right to hsn.com where you can add to cart, and then you can already check out. If you have your HSN credit card, you actually get an extra month to pay this off. So that's going to run you at about $25, and we ship it out to you for free. You can always sign up for the HSN credit card too. You can actually shave off another $10 on this weekly deal drop price and get it for $89.99. So that's just our thank you, to put $10 in your account. There's no annual fee. So a lot of ways to add this to your card and split up those payments if you would like to do so. If you do want the auto ship, that's the least amount that I have to go around, with the final few hundred in that. Remember, auto ship you can cancel at any time, but you can't go back in time. Once you if you get it shipped once, you're like, oh, you know what? I really like that. Now I want to make sure that I can stow one away for that emergency, but then the price could be back up. So auto ship allows you to secure the $99.99. 077614 is the item number. We're using it as hot water because everyone's life is different right now. It could be you really trying to stretch that dollar, and you're looking at this, you're like, you know what? This is 66 cents a serving. I'm taking care of my family for the next couple of weeks using this, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, however you want to split it up. It's 148 servings, and then you can save some in case that emergency comes up. It's already there for you. You're already prepared. You're not scrambling. You're not running around. You have this available. Okay, I have to tell you really quick, because we have about 10 more minutes we can dive into this, so I want to share a quick story if you don't mind while you're stirring. So I have some cousins that live in Alaska. They live in Talkeetna, Alaska, and absolutely, which is crazy because they both grew up in the city in separate areas, and then they moved to Talkeetna. So every summer for an entire week, they take them and their 3 girls and they go on a hike. And I'm talking about they're in the mountains where they have to hunker down in a tent. There's no access to food or water, and they have to bring their food with them. And I'm just like, I gotta send this to my aunt to let her know, like, hey, this is what they should absolutely have, because 100%. I don't know what they're currently eating, but I can guarantee my aunt's just like, ugh, and then they're there and they're eating whatever for an entire week with their kids. I'm like, I gotta let her know they can have milk, they can have juice in the morning, they can have oatmeal, they can even have that little bit of pudding. Like maybe it's like, I'm a little cranky, I don't want to go out and hike some more. Just have a little pudding.
Exactly.
Right?
And here's the thing.
Have some chicken soup.
And that's a whole other point, honestly, that we don't dive into a lot today because we really are thinking about preparedness.
Yeah.
But for our hiking community, our hunting community, ReadyWise is well known as literally what's called gourmet preparedness food.
Right.
Because the taste is there. It's amazing. All you are doing is adding water, and it does not need to be hot water. So it's perfect for hunting. It's perfect for camping because maybe it's raining and you just aren't getting that fire built, you know? This will still reconstitute in water no matter the temperature of the water. Literally the only caveat, the only thing that matters is it needs to be safe drinking water. That's it. Other than that, you get great tasting food.
And we have a water bottle available that had the filter. So we can maybe put it also available. I'll ask my team to shout that out because there was only a few hundred on that one too. There it is, 624210. It comes with the filter. The filter is what does the magic, and it's 100 gallons worth of water that you're able to filter with that. We did have additional filters that sold out, so congratulations to those. But if you just want to grab that bottle, and we're filtering out mercury with that, aluminum, so those heavy metals on top of asbestos, filtering out dirt, so you can just go to the river if you needed to, or you're in a pinch and you're in another country and you're like, wait a minute, how can I have some water? You can use that too. But this emergency preparedness kit really, actually, it exceeded my expectations. I have to be honest with you, because this is actually, let me think back. Let me make sure that I'm telling the truth. I don't think I've ever shared this with you.
No.
I maybe like, no, never.
No, I didn't think so.
Never. I mean, I've seen it several times on air, and I've always been curious, and I was a little skeptical. And there's some, I want to speak to those who are like Nicole Hickle, and you're like, I don't know about that. When I tried it, I was blown away. I was blown away by the flavors that were in my mouth whenever I was eating the beans and the rice, eating the stroganoff, eating the pasta with the vegetables in there. I was really blown away of how much flavor you get, because again, if you're trying to stretch that dollar, this is perfect for that. Perfect to honestly just get home and try it. And if you don't love it, you can send it back after 30 days, but try it a package, right? And then if you love it, then you keep it. Now you know, oh, okay, I'm taken care of for years. In case that emergency happens, now I don't have to run to the store like everybody else.
Exactly. And here's a fun game that I think everybody should play. Get it home, try it, and especially if you're serving it to your family, don't tell them.
No, yeah, don't tell them.
Because who's gonna know when you serve it? I mean, it looks absolutely beautiful that you didn't stand there and make a stroganoff sauce or a bechamel for Alfredo. And then when they're like, wow, Mom, that's really good, then tell them, hey, guess what? A, not only have I got my budget so cool under control right now, but B, I have also got something for us for the what ifs. I mean, what a great thing to tell a child, because you know kids, they worry about everything. You know, Mommy, what if we have another storm and all that? You can say, we are covered, we have everything we need, we are good. Speaking of good, I have vanilla pudding that I consider earth-changing.
I like that.
Because vanilla pudding is one of those things.
But you know what, look at, do you see the texture of this too? Like it, you know, it has like that, what we're used to seeing with the pudding, right?
Yeah,
that little stickiness. It's not runny. That's a phenomenal texture. Okay, let's try it.
I think you're gonna like this. I know, right? Okay, so in an emergency, I might be eating vats of that.
This is what Mama needs, and they're like, Mom,
your kids are on my nerves. I'm eating. Yes, isn't that good?
Honestly, I would just use it even when it's not an emergency, right? Save some for the emergency. That's why I'm saying auto ship. I'm telling you, because you know what's gonna happen? This is why you gotta get auto ship. Because if you start, exactly. We ate we were in a group text with our neighbors when we were preparing for the storm. They were like, who else ate through all their preparedness snacks? I'm like,
And what were they? Were they chips? Were they things you shouldn't have been eating?
They were, girl.
I'm not going to shame you too much here. But that's the thing. What do you buy when you're preparing? You buy processed food because
it's actually substantial to take care of yourself if you're in a pinch and you got to go. You're like, wait a minute, it's been 5 hours. Wait a minute, it's been 10 hours. Wait a minute, it's been 15 hours. Wait a minute, they keep saying they can't get to us. What do you mean? You never know what emergency you're gonna find yourself in. But the fact that this can last you for years, now you're taken care of. To have peace of, to know that I can check a box and that box stays checked for years.
25 years, as a matter of fact.
Oh my goodness,
yeah.
right? I want another.
You going back to that? Okay. And
So
here's the thing: those chips you bought, or maybe you've got some cans that you've put away. Like I said, we grew up, and there was probably some tuna, and there might have been some lukewarm, soup we were eating out of the can or something like that.
Where's the can opener?
By the way, those expire. So if you've put things away and you're like, yeah, we got this. We didn't use it last year. They're probably expired. So not only are you not going to be eating healthy food, but you may be eating fuzzy food, and we all know that that's not okay. Here's the difference: the recipes are made to taste phenomenal. The chefs make the recipes. The best ingredients are used. She can't stop eating the pudding, by the way. And we put it all into the pouch. So the flavors are there. The textures are there, right? But now the peace of mind is here, and that's what the pouch is all about, because these aren't going to go bad for next year's hurricane kit, next year's winter storm kit, next year's power outage concerns. These are going to be here, sealed away from the humidity, sealed away from the oxygen for up to 25 years.
That's
so
incredible.
if you wanted to just buy it and be done and say, okay, I made a smart decision today, I feel good.
I checked the box for 25 years.
You could. However, I still maintain, for the value of your dollar, eat some of these. Try it.
Absolutely.
Call our bluff, right? Call it. Try it.
Seriously, you have everything to gain with this purchase, because for you, you could get it home and you're like, well, actually, I haven't experienced an emergency in 10 years. Well, I always say, if you haven't experienced one yet, it could come any moment, right? But maybe for you, it's just stretching that dollar. So it could be stretching that dollar because it's 66 cents a serving. And we'll put up the graphic because I want to put the 148 servings kind of in this beautiful graphic so you can see. What this chops up to be is 60 servings of breakfast and entrees. Those breakfasts and entrees, including anywhere from apple cinnamon cereal to the Savory Stroganoff that I got to try, the pasta Alfredo, 16 servings of fruits and vegetables, 16 servings of dessert like that pudding. Ooh, that was good pudding. And 56 servings of your milk and drink servings. So your drinks, from the orange juice to the milk that we saw there as well, that's available. So it really is a phenomenal, right? Because if you have cereal, you're like, well, wait a minute, can I make my milk? Absolutely.
Well, and think about your kids. Milk isn't just like a nutrition thing for a lot of young kids. It's a comfort thing. You know, they're used to that sippy cup at night and the bedtime book.
Well, and I love just, you like to, like, my dinner is cereal. I mean, I like that too, right?
Says the foodie.
Says the foodie.
Gotcha.
My husband's a foodie too, and he had cereal for dinner the other night too. I was like, wow, the week is really taking you out. We're just getting started, honey.
We could solve this problem.
We can solve this problem.
We can solve this problem.
So it's 66 cents a serving. So you can do single ship. We just ship it out to you one time, and we'll ship it out for the $99.99, the weekly deal drop price. Or you can use the flex pay, $33.33, and we ship it out to you for free. If you can do the auto ship, and that's the one that I would that I'm leaning more towards, quite frankly, because I want you to get it home and try it. And then once you realize that it actually does have a lot of good flavor, you might eat through most of your emergency preparedness kit. So that auto ship, you'll get another one in 60 days. You'll still get it at the $99 price, the free shipping and handling. You can always cancel auto ship at any moment, but you could use this for two things. You can use it for that emergency preparedness, which is intended to do so. Or if you're a hiker, hunter, fishing, that's another category. Or you could just be using it to really stretch that dollar, right? 66 cents a serving, especially in that auto ship. You've now secured that you have, it's 66 cents a serving for an entire year. That's our auto ship program. You can cancel at any moment, but you are able to kind of lock in that price and know, okay, it's not going to bounce back up on me. So if I'm really trying to stretch that dollar for this month, I really need to be mindful of my budget, I'm able to do so. And you're not just eating, it's not just oatmeal, right? Now I can have stroganoff. Now I can have Alfredo. Now I can have soup with it. I can have corn with it. I can have rice and beans with it. So there's so much of a variety of actual meals. It's not snacks for my emergency preparedness.
Exactly.
It's
real
meals, real food for my emergency preparedness. So if you want to hop on the phone, you're able to do so. I think we don't have much of a wait anymore, which is good news. You can go to hsn.com if you just want to add it to your cart and go about your day. 077-614 is the item number. We'll give you about 4 minutes, final 4 minutes to place your order on this. Remember, out of sight, out of mind. I know it's only Tuesday, but with auto ship going the fastest, auto ship may not be available at the end of the week, right? It may just only be the single ship that's available. So get that auto ship now if that's the one that you're looking out for. Okay, look at the texture that
I wanted to show you this. So we just put this in water about, what, 10 minutes ago?
Oh,
it
my
went
goodness.
from the powder inside the package to this. I didn't really do anything, right?
No.
That's just water, and that's all it takes. It's called reconstituting. It literally fluffs it back up to life. The scientists have figured out what the right flavors are. They're chefs, they write recipes, but what they figured out to do is how to package it and freeze dry and dehydrate it. So, because you know what? Different ingredients respond better to dehydrating, different ingredients respond better to freeze drying. So they figured all that out, put it in the special Mylar pouch, and that's what keeps it shelf stable. So from an emergency standpoint, you could take room temperature or ice cold water, dump it in whatever, a bucket. You know, if I mean in a true emergency, we'll do what we have to do. But this is the end result. You're not getting some nasty paste that you don't want to eat. You are getting beautiful spiral pasta.
I mean, I can see the carrots in there. I can see the greens that they've used in there, the seasoning. I can see all that's in there. What I love it looks exactly what we plated, right? There's nothing that's different. It looks exactly what we plated is in the pot that we just cooked. So that's what I love. No trickeries that are happening. This actually is your ReadyWise that we plated, and then what you're seeing live, what we just cooked with literally just a few, about 10 minutes with warm water. And again, it doesn't, if you're in an emergency, yes, you can put cold water in it. But if you're using it to stretch that dollar, or you're able to, maybe you have an EcoFlow, you plug in your microwave, boil some water, pour it onto this. You can, there's a lot of ways that you can
do what you need to do.
Yeah, do what you need to do in your situation.
Absolutely. And here's the deal. If I did this with that stone cold or room temperature water, it's going to take a little bit longer. But that's the only difference. So again, if you're using this as more of a, let's get some extra food for a long week and help my budget out, use hot water. You know, we all prefer a hot meal. But the difference with ReadyWise and many so-called emergency foods is you don't have to have the hot water.